morning, guys. I posted a video earlier this morning, but I quickly pulled it just because I had a couple of concerns, and also I found out that the person whose idea this was didn't want me to share his name. So this isn't my idea. Somebody else had it. I thought it was a pretty good idea. I'm going to share the idea, and then I'm going to talk about a couple of safety concerns with it. And but I still think it's doable. But I just want to share it with you guys and open up the discussion. So if you're single stick climbing, you're probably using a quick link like this so that you can get around limbs. But it'd be kind of nice to be able to not have the quick link, right? Because it's metal and everything. And somebody shared with me an idea on how we can kind of get around using the quick link. And I'm going to share with you the idea and then a couple of safety concerns that other people shared with me when I posted the original video. I pulled the original video because I thought it would be better to have these safety concerns out there and share it with you guys. So let me drop this out of the way and I'll show you the idea. So the idea is that, you know, when you're single stick climbing, you might encounter a limb, and that's why we use that quick link. But another thing that you can do is if you have a loop on the end of your climbing line, if you don't have a sewn-in eye like this, you could just maybe tie in an alpine butterfly or something like that, or figure eight on a bite. And what you can do is, rather than using a quick link, you could take either your gree-gree or your mad rock, and you could pass it through on a bite through your loop. Now with your gree-gree or your mad rock on a bite, you can single stick climb like this, but now if you go up and you encounter a limb, you can get around the limb by simply disconnecting from your, first you have to engage your lineman belt and make yourself safe on the tree, because now you're taking off your safety. Then pass your gree-gree or your mad rock through the opening, get around the limb, and then pass it back through, reconnect to your bridge, and you can do it like that, and that would eliminate the quick link. However, it does raise a couple of safety concerns, but I think there are safety concerns that we can mitigate. So when I first posted the video, and I removed it because I saw a couple of these things. Guys had some really good safety concerns. I wanted to raise them and put them in this video. If you do this, one concern is when you disconnect from your bridge, there is the potential you could drop your climbing line. You drop your belay device, your climbing line, everything down to the base of the tree. Now you're attached to the tree with your stick and your lineman belt, and you got to find a way down. So that would not be fun. So what you could do prior to doing this is just attach a prusik on this side of the climbing line and connect it to your D loop. Now you've got something that if you were to lose this system while you're trying to get around that limb, it's not going to go to the ground. It's going to be attached to your D loop, and it's not going to go to the ground. So that's a really good, important safety tip that you should add into it. Another concern that somebody had was, you know, if somebody were to fall and pull on this line, there's the potential it could pull out. As long as this is attached to your bridge, it can't really pull out, right? Because it's attached to your body, it's attached to the bridge. So I don't see that really being an issue. If you felt that it was, then there's maybe some other things that you can do to make this kind of a closed loop system. If you were concerned about that, you could always maybe attach a prusik here and clip it onto the other side so you're closed up around it. But I really don't see that being an issue, because as long as you're attached to your bridge, there's really no way it's going to pull you through there, no matter how hard you pull on this line. It would have to pull your whole body through that loop, right? So One other quick tip, when you're using a gree or a Mad Rock, really these devices are not meant to go hands-free. So it's a really good idea if you're going to have maybe a Prusik or something on the one side to hold your climbing line so that it can't go to the ground. Another thing that you could do if you're concerned about having this thing be a closed loop system, you could just attach a Prusik on this side, capture it to something, and you could either capture your bridge with this Prusik, or you could do something if you wanted to make this some type of a closed loop. There's also, you could capture it right to your loop itself. In this case, if this were to pull out or something, if it was disconnected from you, and you grab the rope and it pulled out, this thing's not going to come out of the tree because now you're attached up here and it's a closed loop. I don't really see that being too much of an issue, but I really like the idea of adding some kind of a Prusik above my gree or my Mad Rock. This way, when I'm in the tree, I'm not really depending on the belay device, because if I were to catch that brake release, I could lose position. So it's good to add the Prusik to it. So I don't think that's an issue. This is a kind of a new idea. I haven't seen anybody else share it. I thought it was a good idea, just for guys that want to get away from using the quick link. But take a look at it yourself and see what you think. If you've got any concerns, put them in the comments section, and it'll be good, and we'll just kind of start this discussion and see if this is something that's a good, viable idea. I thought it was a pretty good idea. I kind of like the idea of getting away from the quick link if I can help it, and it seems doable. But the thought on attaching yourself to this line so that it can't go to the ground once you disconnect it and go around the limb, that's critical, just to back it up and make sure that you don't end up stuck up in that tree without a climbing line to get back down. So, all right, guys, hope this is something helpful. If you have any comments, put them in the comments section. I'd appreciate it. And also send us a friend request on New York Saddle Hunter Forum so we can have more conversations like this. And climb safe and best of luck.